It's official, ESO players, we are going to be exploring more of Skyrim in 2020 with the new season, Dark Heart of Skyrim. We have a ton of stuff announced from the event at Las Vegas, including new content, new systems, revamps, release schedules, and more, so let's break down everything we know so far. I'm GRM Adrian, welcome back to the channel, let's begin. The Dark Heart of Skyrim event revealed plenty of good stuff for the year ahead in the Elder Scrolls Online, so let's start with an overview and the obvious fact, which is we are going to be heading to Skyrim this season. Now, we've seen parts of Eastern Skyrim in ESO, and this year we'll be getting to explore the western portion, which will feature iconic locations like Solitude, Blackreach, Dragonbridge, Labyrinthian, and more, but with a twist. Places will feel familiar, but has key differences due to timelines. Now, from a story perspective, the Dark Heart of Skyrim will take on a more supernatural, dark, and gothic theme, as the story revolves around vampires and werewolves in the region. King Fargrim didn't join the Ebonheart Pact, of course, so fuse in some political strife too, and it's a good recipe for adventurers to head to Skyrim and find out what the hell is going on. From the cinematic trailer released, we do know one iconic character will return for the season story, and this time it's Lyris Titanborn. And there's also others like Rigard the Brash, Gabrielle, who's involved in a new system, which we'll touch on later, members of the Raven Watch, and other notable Nords, no doubt. As for more information about Western Skyrim as a region, we do know it will be large, consisting of 3 biomes, snowy of course, but expect the rolling hills and foggy bogs players know from exploring the region in the past. The big thing to note here is that there will be a huge playable region underground this season. Up to 40% of the new content, in fact, takes place underground within the Blackreach. Alright, overview out of the way, let's dive into the content. Dark Heart of Skyrim as a season will follow the new format of having an integrated storyline all year long through 4 DLCs, which is made up of 2 dungeon DLCs, a chapter, and the story DLC. These content drops will follow the usual quarterly release schedules as well, so that means the first dungeon DLC will drop in quarter 1, the chapter in quarter 2, second dungeon DLC in quarter 3, and the story DLC in quarter 4. With that in mind, let's talk about Q1 and Q2. In quarter 1 2020, we will be getting the first dungeon DLC known as Harrowstorm, Update 25. There will be 2 dungeons within, called the Icereach and Unhallowed Graves, and through both, players will unravel more of the plot leading into the main bulk of stories come the chapter, so expect plenty of vampires and werewolves. The DLC will also come with the prologue quests just like last year, and the good news is, ESO players will get access to test it on the PDS starting next week. Coming with Update 25 as well, players can expect the patching overhaul, where everyone will need to re-download the Elder Scrolls Online again, but in doing so, the game will be smaller in size, as will all future content patches. This means we should see performance improvements, like the game running faster, loading faster, and should have an overall FPS increase, according to ZeniMax. In quarter 2, we will see the launch of the chapter, aka expansion, known as Greymoor. Launch should be in May or early June as usual. The chapter itself will contain all the things you'd expect from a chapter release, including regional content, public dungeons, delves, and more, plus it will have a new 12-man trial and a new activity called Harrowstorm, which will have Dark Dolmen-style mechanics on the landscape. That's for Overland, but underground there's more. Greymoor is a keep in Blackreach, of course, so there will be tons of quests and other things to do in the depths of Skyrim, from Dwemer Ruins to more vampires and werewolves to uncover and kill, I guess. More info should be released once we're closer to launch. Players can pre-order the Greymoor chapter starting today, and ZeniMax have brought back the physical collector's editions, and there will be a bunch of goodies included like a map, statue, and digital emotes like the new Arrow to the Knee emote. For the Q3 and Q4 DLCs, ZeniMax have announced that they will reveal more at E3 later this year, so stay tuned. Let's go over the brand new mechanics and systems announced now, and we have a couple that were revealed during the event. The first one is the Antiquity system. This is a new activity in-game that players can pick up from Gabrielle in Solitude, which involves antiquity hunting Indiana Jones style. It does not include combat and questing, it's more about exploration of Tamriel, and it will send you all over the place to uncover histories and lore throughout the Elder Scrolls franchise, both known and all new, never seen before stuff. Antiquities will involve 2 minigames, scrying and excavation, and from what was described, it reminded me of World of Warcraft's World Quest minigames, and successful antiquity hunts will reward players with relics, housing decor, mounts, and there will be a skill line which will help you improve in the activity. Now, one of the benefits of doing this is that you could uncover mythic items. These are unique gold wearable gear for level 160 and up players, and they can have special effects on them, like increasing speed in combat with double out of combat, for example, and you can only wear 1 mythic item at any given time. The second is more of a revamp involving vampires. So this year, players can expect a complete rework of vampire abilities and passives in line with what's going on with the Dark Heart of Skyrim storyline. The feeding mechanics and animations will be overhauled as well, and the justice system will be integrated more to reflect what's going on again. And that's basically the gist of what was announced so far for this year's season, The Dark Heart of Skyrim, summarized for your convenience. Based on what we know so far, ESO players, are you excited for the year ahead? Let me know in the comments down below. Hit the like button for more ESO, and if you're new here, feel free to subscribe to the channel for more MMO news coverage, reviews, and all that jazz. Once again, I'm Adrian, and I thank you for watching.